Well, first of all, again have a great audience today. We have a very interesting presentation. It is not additional wonderful new features of Apple products. It is really a discussion on how do we protect ourselves. And that's a very, very important issue. And Josh Summers, who's a US citizen, resides in Thailand. He's been with us a few times and has given outstanding, excellent presentations. And I'd like to personally welcome him again. Today, he was here when I opened the meeting at 10 past 11. It's past 10, I guess now it's almost 10:30, after 10:30 p.m. his time in Thailand. So it's getting very late for him, but we appreciate his availability and we're looking forward to an absolutely great meeting. Thank you very much, and I'll pass this on to Mike now.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Eckhart. Let me just share my screen. As usual, I have a small number of announcements before we move the meeting over to Josh. First of all, my usual reminder about the message board. I've already created a thread for today's meeting with the same title as the meeting, with Josh's name on it. So afterwards, if you have any questions, if you have any comments that you'd like to make about the meeting, please go to the message board and post them using that particular thread, and it's only for housekeeping purposes, but it just keeps everything nice and neat and together so that so it's all easy to find. So thank you. Also, last Wednesday, two members unfortunately either didn't receive or couldn't find the unique Zoom link to join the meeting. And they posted on the message board asking for help. Just as a general notice to everybody, please, please, please don't do that, because we're all so busy at this point on a Wednesday, morning for you guys, afternoon for me, but we're so busy with the meeting that we can't possibly monitor the message board. So unfortunately, I didn't see those pleas for help until the meeting was finished. So if you do need to make contact with us, I think you probably all have my email address or Eckhart's email address, but if you don't have any of that, just go to the website and send a message via the Contact Us page. That'd be great. Thank you very much. I've kind of already mentioned this, haven't I? But I think this will probably be the last time I remind everybody that we now have unique Zoom links for each meeting. So please don't copy and paste the current Zoom link because it won't work next week. You should be receiving at least one email every single week in advance of the meeting with the new Zoom link for the following meeting. They are always available on the NMUG website if you get stuck. So just go to www.naplesmug.com and hit the meetings page. And as long as you're signed in, you'll find the essential link. We've got a special Q&A session coming up on October the 23rd, and it's very timely given that Josh is with us today. But we haven't had a Q&A meeting specifically entirely devoted to questions and answers for a very, very long time. Sheeta, you might remind me, but I think it's probably more than a year. So this is a fantastic opportunity to throw security relevant questions to Dennis Giacomo, who will be with us next Wednesday. The all-important email address is at the bottom of the screen at the moment. That's questionsanswers@icloud.com. Your questions will go directly to Dennis, and he will spend the entire session answering your concerns about security. So that's next week. Fantastic. Sorry. It's not next week. What am I talking about? It's October the 23rd. So please get your questions in. Thank you. Anne McKay is with us next week and talking about freeform. I'm fascinated by this because I suspect, like many others, I've never even opened it. I can't imagine a purpose for it. So I really look forward to finding out more about freeform, and that's our meeting next Wednesday. Josh, as you know, is with us, but before introducing and turning the meeting over to Josh, I just want to now stop my share and introduce Sheeta.
Thank you. All right, everyone. Thank you very much for that. Everyone, if you do have questions for Josh, I would like for you to please put those questions into the chat. We will get to them as soon and as appropriately as possible. I'd like to ask that you please stop unmuting your mics, that those of you who are doing that right now. And we're going to have a very, very informative session. I want to thank Josh. He has always been amazing for us and very receptive and helpful. And with that, I'd like to turn it over to Josh. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you all for inviting me back. I've been with you, I think now for a few years. I was talking with Eckert, trying to figure out if it was 2 or 3, but regardless, it has been very just fun for me to be able to join you guys and to share a little bit. What we're going to be talking about, obviously, is scams, online privacy, and security. And I even thought we might dive into a little bit of what's coming up with iOS 18 for your iPhones when it comes to security. So there's a couple things that we can talk about regarding that, but I'm going to go ahead and show you this right here. So we've got our online privacy and security. And one of the things, if you've been with me before, you will probably, some of this is not going to be new. You can go to allthingssecure.com/NMUG. I'm going to show this at the end of the presentation as well. It's going to have all of the resources that I talk about, as well as a download that you can have, which is just a checklist of the way, things that I recommend that people do in terms of their privacy and security. And it puts it in an easy checklist form so that you can enjoy that and make that as hopefully valuable as possible. Again, links to all the resources and then some other tutorials as well. I was preparing for this session, believe it or not, yesterday. So it was yesterday, my time, I got an email. And I just want to give this as an example because this is the stuff that happens all the time. And it's stuff that you're going to continue to see popping up in your own email, which says that I ordered item number RZ0DDAQH. And at first glance, one of the first things you think about is, what item did I order? Oh no. And then thank you for doing business with us. Goodness sakes, I didn't realize I did business with somebody. I want to find out what that is. And then if you look back, there is an unsubscribe link, and then there is a PayPal invoice that is attached to this email. There are 2 places where this potentially is a scam. I know it's a scam, but I just don't know exactly where they're doing that. And that is the unsubscribe link. So as you look at this and you go, oh, well, maybe this is a scam. I definitely don't want to get taken in by this scam, so I'm just going to unsubscribe. Well, that's probably not a good idea. You don't want to be clicking that link right there because there's a good chance that that link leads to something that may be a download of malware or something like that. And then, of course, we have the attached PayPal, whatever invoice that they make it look like it is. Chances are, if you download that, there could also be malware with that. Whenever my wife shows me her phone, she's like, hey, look at this email that I got, and it looks like something like this. My recommendation is don't try to click unsubscribe. Don't try to double check that invoice. Just go ahead and mark it as spam or delete it unless you are absolutely sure that you ordered some particular item. You'll also notice if you were to see really closely that this was sent from a Gmail address. So that's also a dead giveaway that no company is going to send me a confirmation or anything about an ordered item from a Gmail address. And also, this happened to me a few years ago. As a matter of fact, at this point, it was probably about 6 years ago where I got an email. I woke up one morning to find that Gmail told me I had suspicious activity in my account and that they decided to close my account because somebody had been trying to hack into it. And this was a legitimate email that I received, but my account got locked. And these are the type of things that we're having to deal with more and more. These emails that are scam emails or phishing emails. That's phishing with a PH. I'm sure most of you have heard of that before, where they're trying to get us to give over information. We have so many great tools at our disposal. And the cool thing is that, a lot of that keeps us from having things stolen from us. We've got a lot of great security features. Unfortunately, the weakest link in security and in your privacy is usually you. And that is where we're going to be talking about a lot of these different things that we need to be aware of. For example, if you ever see one of these warnings pop up, your computer may be infected, please call this number. That is most likely a scam. And this is one that has been well known for a while now, where people will call in, that call will be routed to some kind of scam call center in India or other places. And that is where they go to work trying to figure what they can extort from you, usually tens of thousands of dollars. And this is a report from the Federal Trade Commission, the FTC in the US. This is just a snapshot of the year 2023, but just to give you a little bit of an idea what we're dealing with here. We're looking at fraud that includes imposters. We're going to talk about that a little bit, online shopping and reviews, prizes, sweepstakes, and lotteries. My grandfather got swindled out of $10,000 thinking that he had won a prize, a new car. And in order to claim that car, he had to pay the taxes of $10,000 first. And so he did, and he lost all $10,000, unfortunately. Investments, business and job opportunities. And unfortunately, this ends up being a very expensive for all of us, right? And it continues to grow. Chances are 2024 is going to be even higher, somewhere in the 5 billions. And what's sad is most of that money comes from people aged 60 and older. So you'll see this. This is the average amount that is scammed out of somebody and the age bracket. So, you can kind of look at where you fall in that and recognize that chances are that the older you are, the more likely you are to be targeted by a lot of these scams. All right. We're going to start off with some imposter scams. This is something that I talked about last time I was with you as well, but this is people that come to you claiming to be government officials, employers. Tech support is a big one. We all are looking for tech support. Hopefully